Awakening beyond ego is a journey that transcends the superficial layers of identity you often cling to, leading you into a realm of profound self-awareness and unity with all that is. It is a process of peeling back the conditioned layers of thought, belief, and perception that obscure your true nature, revealing a state of consciousness that is boundless, free, and deeply connected. This awakening is not an event that happens suddenly. Rather, it unfolds gradually as you become more aware of the ego's intricate web of illusions, attachments, and fears that shape your experience of reality. To truly awaken beyond ego, you must first recognize its pervasive influence and understand the mechanisms it uses to maintain its dominance over your mind and perception. The ego is essentially a constructed identity, a collection of stories, judgments, and comparisons that you have accepted as the self. It is rooted in separation, duality, and the illusion of individuality, convincing you that you are separate from others, from nature, and from the universe itself. This sense of separation is the root of suffering, as it fuels desires, aversions, and a relentless pursuit of external validation that can never truly satisfy. The first step towards awakening is cultivating awareness of this egoic structure. You must observe your thoughts, emotions, and reactions without judgment, becoming a neutral witness to your inner landscape. This practice of mindfulness allows you to see how the ego operates, how it creates narratives that reinforce your identity, how it seeks approval, dominance, or safety, and how it perpetuates cycles of pain and pleasure. As you deepen this awareness, you begin to notice patterns, the habitual ways you cling to certain identities, defend your beliefs, or judge others. These patterns are the ego's strategies for maintaining its illusion of control and permanence. Recognizing them is crucial, because only when you see the ego clearly can you begin to loosen its grip. In this process, it is essential to cultivate a sense of gentle curiosity rather than judgment. Instead of condemning your egoic tendencies, observe them with compassion and patience. Remember that the ego is a natural part of human consciousness, born out of survival instincts and conditioned experiences. It has served a purpose in navigating the physical world, but it becomes problematic when it dominates your awareness and distorts your perception of reality. As you observe the ego's mechanisms, you may notice that it often disguises itself as your true self. It may adopt roles such as the victim, the hero, the martyr, or the savior, creating a false sense of identity that you cling to as if it were your essence. The key to awakening is understanding that these roles are masks, not your true nature. Your true self is the pure consciousness that witnesses all phenomena without attachment or identification. It is the silent, formless awareness that underpins every experience, every thought, and every emotion. This awareness is not something you acquire or create. It is your fundamental nature, always present, beneath the layers of egoic illusion. To access this core, you must practice surrender, letting go of the need to control, judge, or define yourself. Surrender is not weakness. It is a recognition that the ego's efforts to dominate life are futile, and that true power resides in your openness and receptivity to what is. Through surrender, you allow your awareness to expand beyond the confines of egoic identity, opening a space where the illusion of separation dissolves. Meditative practices are invaluable tools in this journey. By cultivating a regular meditation routine, you create a space of stillness where the ego's chatter quiets and the deeper silence of your true nature emerges. In meditation, you observe your thoughts without attachment, recognizing them as passing phenomena in the vast field of consciousness. Over time, this practice reveals the transient nature of thoughts, emotions, and sensations, highlighting their impermanence and emphasizing the eternal, unchanging awareness that witnesses them. As you deepen your meditation, you may experience moments of profound stillness, clarity, and unity experiences that hint at your true nature beyond the ego's illusions. These moments are not mere escapes, but gateways into a deeper realization of who you are. They serve as reminders that the sense of separateness is an illusion and that beneath it lies a boundless interconnected consciousness. In addition to meditation, engaging in practices that promote self-inquiry can accelerate your awakening. The most famous method is asking yourself the question, "Who am I?" This inquiry is not meant to produce an intellectual answer, but to direct your attention inward, beyond thoughts and beliefs, toward the essence of your being. As you question your identity, you may find that the stories about yourself, your name, your occupation, your roles are superficial layers that can be peeled away. Beneath these layers is a stillness, a presence that simply is. This inquiry gradually dissolves the illusion of a separate self and reveals the unity that underlies all existence. Another powerful approach is to observe the interconnectedness of all things, recognizing that the boundaries you perceive are mental constructs. Nature, other beings, and the universe itself are expressions of the same underlying consciousness. When you see through the illusion of separateness, compassion naturally arises. You realize that harming others is harming yourself, and that love and kindness are the natural states of your true self. This realization fosters humility and a sense of interconnected responsibility, which further dissolves egoic separations and promotes a sense of unity. As your awareness expands, you may encounter resistance, fear, doubt, or attachment that tries to pull you back into egoic patterns. These are normal parts of the awakening process. When faced with resistance, it is vital to meet it with patience and compassion. Recognize that these feelings are also transient, arising from old conditioning and the ego's attempt to preserve its existence. By embracing these feelings rather than avoiding them, you deepen your trust in the process. You might also find it helpful to incorporate practices of gratitude, forgiveness, and surrender into your daily life. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, opening your heart and reinforcing your connection to life. Forgiveness frees you from past wounds and attachments, clearing the way for new levels of awareness. Surrender involves letting go of the need to control outcomes and trusting in the natural flow of life. These practices support the gradual dissolution of egoic identification and foster a sense of peace and unity. Living from this awakened state involves aligning your actions with your true nature. It means acting from love, compassion, and understanding, rather than egoic desire or fear. As you become more aware of your true self, your relationships transform. You see others not as separate beings to be judged or used, but as expressions of the same consciousness. This shift invites genuine empathy and kindness, which naturally manifest in your interactions. In daily life, you may notice that your reactions become more measured, your judgments lessen, and a sense of spaciousness and acceptance prevails. This is not about suppressing your personality, but about awakening to the deeper layers of your being that are inherently peaceful and whole. It is about recognizing that your true self is already free, already complete, and that awakening is a process of removing the illusions that obscure this innate wholeness. Ultimately, awakening beyond ego is a continuous unfolding rather than a final destination. It is a lifelong journey of discovery, where each moment offers an opportunity to see more clearly, to love more fully, and to live more authentically. As you walk this path, remember that patience, compassion, and humility are your allies. There will be moments of grace and clarity as well as periods of confusion and doubt. Both are part of the process, each serving as teachers guiding you toward greater understanding. Trust that your true nature is already present, waiting to be revealed through your sincere effort and openness. The more you surrender to the flow of life, the more you realize that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of its divine play. This realization dissolves the illusion of ego and opens you into a state of pure awareness where love, peace, and joy are your natural state, unconditioned and eternal. In this space, the concept of individual self diminishes, and you recognize yourself as the boundless consciousness that pervades all existence. From this awakened perspective, every moment becomes an opportunity to embody love, to serve, and to experience the interconnectedness of all life, knowing that beyond ego lies the fullness of your true nature.